Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm going to make sure I'm live. I'm not going to do what I did episode 2. This is episode 3. This is a big episode. I am your host, Brat Jackson. Welcome to Brat Said That, episode number 3. It is good to be back. I like doing these things. I get excitement for it. I love it. I'm doing this straight from Facebook Live today. I'm not doing StreamYard. I'm going to see if this is better. If this is... I feel clear. This is clear. John Anthony. Hey, buddy. How you doing, John? My buddy Cream Puff is watching. I miss you, buddy. Yeah. Let's start off. We're going to start off every show. Because last time I was sitting here, I was thirsty. So, you know what? We're going to... crack open a cold one, put it in a glass. Woohoo! That magical Coke Zero. Take a swig for the show. And I do want to welcome everybody. I want to introduce. Thank you, John. I got so much right now. I'm actually getting pretty settled in. I'm doing. I like it. Oh, my goal today. 4 viewers. I want to get 4 views at once. Let's do it. I'm going to take a swig. Let's start the show. But first, I want to welcome in my co-host. He is a Frenchman. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Gibberty. Now, Chad Gibberty, he will not be on the camera, but I will sometimes post to him to say, hey, Chad, help me out here. And he will. So, third show, what do we start off with? Professional wrestling. It is my love. It is number 1 in my heart. So I feel like we always start off inside the squared circle. What happened? Let's see what happened. Monday Night Raw. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, has returned once again. Acknowledge it, Tribal Chief. He is back. He is ready to take on the Vision once again. He has returned. He is teaming up with his Usos, a cousin. Yeet. I'm sure this is going to lead something into Crown Jewel. You don't have a big show with Crown Jewel without Roman Reigns. I'm sure, I don't know. He's back. He does what he does. And really, when I don't like to recap Raw, go watch it. It's on Peacock or TNN or USA or Netflix. I don't know where it's at right now. Go watch it for yourself. But Roman Reigns is back once again. This is his 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th return. But hey, anytime he comes back, put your fingers in the air. He is your Tribal Chief. Acknowledge him. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins still doing their, they're fighting at Crown Jewel. There is a champion. Seth Rollins is a champion. That's all it is. Nothing really, they're 2 people. They're champions. They're gonna wrestle at Crown Jewel. But seems like the Kabuki Warriors aren't really warriors together anymore. Asuka with the blue mist to Io Sky. I feel like if you spit in anybody's face, you're no longer friends, especially the blue mist. Asuka and Kairi Sane, they're gonna team up against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley at Crown Jewel. It'll be a good match. Those 4 can always put on a good match. But one thing I'm very excited about, Dirty Dominic Mysterio is still your Intercontinental Champion. Dirty Dominic is probably my personal favorite right now. I love Dirty Dominic when he comes out. His entrance, he is the Mega Intercontinental Champion. He's been a champion since WrestleMania. I think they're gonna slowly, well, not slowly, they've been doing it slowly. They're gonna have to break up the Judgment Day. It's been like that for too long. They're doing these things where Finn Balor and JD McDonough, you've seen it. I don't break up the Judgment Day, okay? Get rid of them. Dominic, go on your separate ways. Finn, JD, you're the tag team champions. You haven't defended your title in like 3 months, dude. Come on, let's get some credit for the tag team championships. Tag teams are the foundation of this business. So they really need to do something with that. End it now. I want to just make sure that it's going to pop up. I see live on the face. Chad GBT just told me I'm live, so thank you, Chad. He is a technical advisor too. But one thing I'm very excited about, NXT Showdown. Don't call it invasion. It's not invasion. It's Showdown. They got their team set. Their teams are ready. Their teams are together. Team NXT, Ricky Saints, the NXT champion. Trick Williams, TNA champion. Javon Evans and Miles Bourne, one hell of a tag team. They're going to face Mike Santana, the OG Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater. What's up, McGrady? How you doing, buddy? Quick side talk. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I admit it. Wrestling is my life. I've been a huge wrestling fan. But there is one person I always admit is a bigger wrestling fan than me, and that is James McGrady. McGrady, you are the best. You can see him anytime McGrady is in the crowd, he's always front row. He's like the green shirt guy. He's always there, okay? I always call those McGrady moments. There's a McGrady. He's the best. I know he's watching. He loves wrestling. He'll be there. But yeah, Ricky Saints, NXT champion. Trick Williams, TNA champion. They're going to face off in a 4-on-4 Survivor Series match. What team's better? I think NXT has a home field advantage. But TNA has... you got Frankie Kazarian, who's been in TNA since really just the beginning. Moose, 3-time TNA champion. Mike Santana, who's came from being a tag team wrestler to being a single star. And I think out of those two, his ceiling is much higher. But then, we need to talk about the women. The women, JC Jane, representing Team NXT. She is the NXT Women's Champion. Jada Parker. Sol Roca, who is the NXT North American Champion. And also holds the prestigious WWE Speed Championship. And Lola Vice. They're going to face off against Team TNA. Kalani Jordan, who is the TNA Knockout Champion. Jessie McKay and Cassie Lee, if you don't know, they were the Iconics in WWE. Now they're the Inspiration in TNA. And Maura Saeed. Now, I had to look up who Maura Saeed is. And she was Jakara Jackson. No relation. She left NXT, went to TNA, and now she's back. It's kind of funny how that happens. A lot of people, they would get released. They would go to TNA. And now TNA is doing it with NXT. And then they'll be back to NXT. It's kind of funny how that happens. But, the women are going to battle too. I think if Team TNA, whichever team wins, the other team is going to win. So say the man for the Team NXT wins. I think the women TNA team is going to win. But speaking about people who got released and are back now, Mustafa Ali, after 2 years of not getting his NXT North American Championship, he is back to face Ethan Page for that rightful championship. And I think I was surprised. I really was surprised. Mustafa Ali is back in NXT. I really, really love what they're doing. And I know I'm going to pivot a little bit, but I really want to see them do something with Matt Cardona, a.k.a. Zack Ryder. But yeah, those two, Ethan Page and Mustafa Ali, they're going to have an NXT North American Championship 2 years later for Mustafa Ali. Oh, hey, babe. Like I said, this, as long as everything works out, this is going to be the first ever watch-along. What's a watch-along, you ask? Well, I'm going to go live. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to talk about how's it happening. And we're going to talk. We're going to have fun. Come in. There's going to be prizes. Bring cake. But then before we move on, I can't forget the Hardy Boys, the TNA tag team champions. They're facing Dark State, the NXT tag team champions. Man, the Hardy Boys are still doing it. 30 years in the game. Still on top. Still on top. I gotta tell you a little fun story. Everybody knows they came back, WrestleMania 33. I was there in the crowd with my best friend Terrell. And just the pop, that feeling, the sensation of those two coming back is something I'll never, ever forget. Those two, the most historical tag team of all time. Let's be honest. Every kid grew up wanting to be a Hardy Boy. You know, we all go like this to draw off our hands. Matt Hardy, delete. They're just one of the best tag teams. They're still doing it. Hi, babe. But also, Crown Jewel, we'll talk more about that coming up. I'm on the West Coast. That show is going to start at 5 a.m. Oh, 9 views? Ooh, thank you. Hey, let's get double digits, baby. That's going to be at 5 a.m. So wake up, grab some bacon, and, yeah, I'm giving away a mattress we just got, you know. Right? The mattress we're giving away. We're giving away a used mattress. Anybody want it? Come get it. But, that's really it. I know there is, AEW. I don't watch AEW. I'm trying to, folks. I've seen what happened last night. I know Moxley, Darby Allin, I Quit match. That's going to be absolutely insane. That's going to be absolutely insane. And then we got Hangman Page and Samoa Joe. I don't really know too much about Samoa Joe and the Hangman Page feud, but I love Samoa Joe. He's one of the best of all time. Like I said, just with the Hardys, he's been doing it for decades. He is one of the best. You put him in the main event, he's going to always give you the best. But AEW, I don't really watch. I know last night we found out that Clone was hologram, and I don't think anybody really gave a crap, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. He came out to know, when he did the mask reveal, he came out, nobody really was like, oh, wow, that's cool. But Andrade's back. I guess AEW has that going for him. If you don't know about Andrade, he started in WWE, went to AEW, went back to AEW, or went back to WWE, and now he's in AEW again. Cool. But really, that's all there is. That's all there is when it comes to WWE this week. SmackDown's tonight. I read somewhere it's going to be Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes versus the Bronze. So that'd be cool. And then Monday, I want to, when we get to the Monday show, because there is going to be a Monday show, I got a huge announcement that I'm going to start giving away. Not to anybody, not a physical, more of a honorary title or dishonorary title. But that's really it when it comes to wrestling. Now we need to talk about what I know everybody loves. As American as apple pie, Major League Baseball. The postseason is heating up. Only one team has moved on so far, and that is the Los Angeles Dodgers. They defeated the Cincinnati Reds. Very predictable. You know, the Reds gave it a good fight, but they got swept, and Brat said that. Oh, that's why I can't. Okay, hold on. See, that was an intense Brat said that. Okay, so yes, that's why I don't smack things on the floor when I don't have equipment. I don't like the term sweep when you've only a 3-game series. Sweep is supposed to be 4 games. You lose 2-0. Yes, it's a sweat, but that doesn't really make any sense to me. But I do got a game going on right now. I don't want to get canceled, so that's why I'm covering it. Detroit-Cleveland's going on. The winner faces Mariners. Let me check real quick. Seems like Detroit's up 1-0. Yeah. So this is what I love about the postseason. Because I'll never ever watch the Detroit Tigers or the Cleveland Guardians. But I want to watch them because I want to see who advances on and facing the Mariners. Who I said, Brat said that, is going to win the World Series. Yeah. Chicago Cubs, Padres, 1-1. Tonight is a deciding factor. It's all win or go home tonight for the three teams or the three series. Really, the Cubs, Padres, whoever wins goes on to face Milwaukee, who I think is going to represent the NL in the World Series. But one thing is close to my heart. Yankees and Red Sox, the biggest rivalry in sports. Not as crazy as it was growing up, okay? I remember a day with Pedro Martinez throwing Don Zimmer to the ground, fights all the time. Not as crazy. This generation really isn't as crazy as it was growing up. Okay, I remember back in the day, Yankees and Red Sox. It was like cats and dogs. But I really hope the Yankees pull it off tonight. They're going to face the Blue Jays. I see them going to the American League Championship. I see the Mariners winning. I just think Cam Raleigh is too good. But hey, Judge versus Raleigh. Let's not get our hopes up. That would be a hell of an AL championship. So I got a little notes here. Yankees, Red Sox. I miss seeing this guy in the locker. Well, I miss you too. Even if you're with some bad people in FAFO, I've been watching you, mister. It's okay. You gotta make your money somehow, taking over companies. But, honestly, yeah, it's win or go home tonight for these teams. Hopefully the Yankees pull off. I don't really care, Padres and Cubs. As a growing White Sox fan since I was 15, I can't root for the Cubs. I can't. So go Padres. Tigers and Guardians, I don't really care. I mean, they're in my division, so hopefully they both lose. But we do gotta talk about one thing though. I'm an equal opportunist. We talk about the NBA, the NHL. The WNBA Finals is set. The Las Vegas Aces versus the Phoenix Mercury. I don't know too much about WNBA, but it's their finals. We got to give the girls credit. Good for them. The Aces going for that dynasty. The dynasty. I know they won back-to-back, I think in 2022, 2023. And the Phoenix Mercury, I thought Brittany Griner was still on the team, but she's not apparently. So thumbs up for them. I don't know too much about the WNBA. But it's their championship. I actually watched the Las Vegas Aces versus the Indiana Fever championship game. And I kind of was rooting for the Fever. Even though Caitlin Clark is hurt, and Caitlin Clark is really the face of the WNBA. She didn't play in that game because I think she would have won. They would have won if she was part of that game. But yeah, I got to root for the Aces. I mean, the arena is literally 10 minutes down the street. Maybe I'll even go to a game. Probably not, but that'd be cool. But one thing I do want to talk about, besides we talked about wrestling, we talked about baseball, we talked about the WNBA. Besides professional wrestling, I am a huge mixed martial artist. Not a martial artist, no. Art fan. I love MMA. I love UFC. And this weekend on Saturday, UFC 320, Light Heavyweight Championship. Ankalaev, the defending champion, against Alex Pereira. Let's take a swig for that. Oh. Now this is a rematch. Ankalaev, if you don't know, won a very, very close decision in their first fight to take off the championship from Pereira. Now, Ankalaev he hasn't lost a fight since 2018. I think he's definitely that maybe not underdog because he is a champion, but he's somebody who really, you don't look at and think like, well, maybe you haven't thought he's going to be the one who can be one of the best light heavyweight champions of all time. But I don't know. I got my predictions at the end. I'm going to go over the card. Just the main card. I'm not going to do the whole card. But really, is history going to repeat itself? Is Ankalaev going to win? He's 21-1-1. And Alex Pereira, I don't have his record here. ChatGPT, can you put up Alex Pereira's record, please? He's 12-3-0. Thank you, ChatGPT. That is why I have the greatest co-host in the world, ChatGPT. He is French. Oui, oui. Shit, where'd my thing go? Yeah. Is history going to repeat itself? We have to see. I think it's going to be... I mean, Pereira is awesome. He's one of my favorites. You know, the whole... No, that's Adesanya. What does he do? He does something. He does something cool. But really, the co-main event, one of my favorite fighters, personally, right now, Merab, the UFC Bantamweight champion, defending it for the third time, defeated Umar, defeated O'Malley twice, facing Corey Sandhagen. Now, Corey Sandhagen is that dude who's trying to be champion. I mean, everybody is really trying to be champion. But Corey Sandhagen, he's so close to getting that shot. But I think Merab... No, ChatGPT? Yeah, he is French. He's in the corner. He's faceless. Merab, though, he's probably the most dominant fighter right now. He takes you down. He's not going to get tired. He's going to beat you up. I see Merab winning unanimously, 50-45 all across. Oh, I don't want to tell my answers yet. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tough night for Corey Sandhagen. Then we have Yuri Prohakic. We got Yuri versus... I should get better with pronunciations, but I can barely speak as it is. Versus Khalil Roundtree. Khalil's a tough guy. Both fighters are coming off a win against Jamal Hill. This is the fight. This is... Oh, now, listen. When my views get really bad, I will bring in Penny. But right now, I don't even know where she is. I think she's underneath a bed sleeping. That's what pugs do. They sleep. She's definitely not on this big beanbag that we have right here. But this is the fighter's fight to me. I will be honest. I don't see this fight going to a finish. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that a little bit. That's going to end the show because, you know, I don't see this fight going to a finish. I really don't. But this is going to be like one of the people's main event. They like to say that when there's like a card really or a fight that's not the main event that more people are going to be into. But yeah, Josh Emmett versus Youssef Zalal. I think I said that pretty well. Let's get a thumbs up on that. We all know Emmett's KO power. He knocked out Bryce Emmett. We all remember that. Not Bryce Emmett, Bryce Mitchell. Duh. It's going to be fast-paced. They're featherweights, 145 pounds. I think a win for Zalal is going to put him up in that top rankings of featherweight division. He's at 9 right now. I don't remember the last time he lost. It's been a while, but this is going to be a good, quick fight. It's going to be a good fight. You got to watch out. Emmett's got that KO power. He really does. He really has, you get knocked out, and yeah, I do sleep. It's weird, but you knew that before you started dating me. And then the opening is, oh God, here we go. Abus Magomedov versus Joe Pfeiffer. First opening match of the night. This could be a sleeper fight. This can potentially be the final night for that too. But I want to give my Brat picks. The Brat forecast, grab your umbrella. I'm going to predict Alex Pereira winning back the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. Merab defending and retaining his UFC Bantamweight Championship, where I don't see him losing it anytime soon. Khalil, I think he's too powerful. Zalal, I think he's going to overcome Josh Emmett and move on up the rankings. And I just put Abbas, because I like to say his name, Abbas. Score check. 1-1. Oh, look at that. They tied it up. But one thing I do want to talk about before I take another swig of Coke Zero. We have controversy unfolding. Where I don't think controversy really needs to be. Every year, we always want the Metallicas, the Led Zeppelins, the AC/DCs, the Blink-41s to perform at the halftime show. But this year we got Bad Bunny. I personally love Bad Bunny. He is the best celebrity turned wrestler out of anybody who's ever stepped in the ring. If you remember Backlash, Puerto Rico, he came out to his song. Thousands, 15, 20,000 people singing along. This controversy. Controversy is that he's Latin. He's Puerto Rican. He's not America. I don't know too much about school, but I know Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, thus making him American, thus him... I'm going to read what I have wrote here. ChatGPT, he said, Bad Bunny, the Puerto Rican reggaeton and Latin trap sensation, has been announced as the headliner for the Super Bowl LX, I don't know Roman numerals, 76 halftime show. This marks a significant milestone as he becomes the first solo Latin artist to headline the event. Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, yada yada. In a statement, Bad Bunny expressed, "This is for my people, my culture, and our history," highlighting the cultural significance of its performance. Okay, I'm all for that. I'll tell you, I don't know too much about Bad Bunny's songs. I don't. But I know he is an absolute phenom. Phenom. And then it also says, the announcement has stirred political controversy. I'm not going to get political on the show. There's 74 million other shows you can watch that are going to get political, especially with the way this whole... No, I'm not going to talk about that. But, let's see. They're going to say, criticizing NFL's decision to feature Bad Bunny, accusing the artist of being anti-American. Excuse me. He's Puerto Rican. He is American. Just like you, if you're watching from America, and just like me, I'm an American. Bad Bunny, a U.S. citizen born in Puerto Rico, has been outspoken against U.S. immigration policies and has limited his U.S. tour stops due to fears that ICE presence could endanger his fans. That makes total sense. It's going crazy right now with the immigration and the ICE, and I totally understand why he wants to move away from all that. But I don't like when people will critique him for not being American. He is American. Puerto Rico is a territory. I grew up in New York. This is what bothers me a lot. This is why when some people mention Puerto Rico as a pile of trash, I get offended, even though I'm not Puerto Rican. I grew up in New York. I grew up around a lot of Puerto Rican people. And they are some of the nicest people. I wrestled in the back of a Puerto Rican deli once. I don't think you should really critique somebody just because they're not from mainland America. Bad Bunny is a phenom. He is one of the highest selling, I don't know how you count those because there's no CDs anymore. But his music is great. I don't really, I don't know Spanish, so I don't hear it. But he's just got a following. He's just got, I think that's a perfect decision. Okay? I know a lot of people are like, oh, let's get this man. I don't think we're ever going to see that. You know, the halftime show is more poppy now. Okay? Last year you had Kendrick Lamar. Okay. And then the year before that, I think the last cool halftime show was Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem. That's when you really, that's what it has. And Bruno Mars did a really good job a couple of the years he did. I remember Red Hot Chili Peppers came out. You know what? Here, Red Hot Chili Peppers. But I think that really is it for right now. I don't know how long we went on. It doesn't say like the other show says. Excuse me. But I do want to make an announcement. For the first time, I'm going to have the first ever Brat Said That movie review. That's right. I don't know when. Hopefully in a day or 2 or 3. I'm going to go to our local cinema. And I'm going to watch The Smashing Machine. The story about MMA pioneer Mark Kerr, who is played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And I'm going to post a video. It's not going to be a live. It's not going to be like this. But, yeah, I think that would be cool. Kind of do something new. I know this weekend I have a wedding to go to. My underwear is getting cleaned. I got to look nice, presentable. I got to comb my hair, clean my ears out. So I don't know if I can do it Saturday night or I can post it maybe Sunday. Not too sure. I will be back with episode 4 on Monday. This is going to be a not daily thing, but definitely a 2 to 3 time weekly thing. I'm really enjoying this. I don't know how many viewers I had today. I hope more than 4. My goal is 4. I'm going to post this to Facebook. But let me ask ChatGPT if there's anything to talk about. ChatGPT, do you have anything to talk about? No. You said I got a core lineup, hot takes, behind the scene rumors, sport. I mean, we can talk about sports all day. But really, we talked about Bad Money. We talked about the WNBA, UFC. I gave my picks. Yeah, ChatGPT, do you have anything? Really, nothing else? I don't know. I'm going to really dedicate myself to doing this. Right now, I just have a iPhone on a tripod going live. I don't know really too much about editing videos, highlight reels, intros, but I do know how to make. I can type it in and something will come out. I do know that, but really, I'm not going to say if Chad, this is what ChatGPT asked me. What if Bad Money fought in the UFC? He would lose. Okay? I don't know how tall Bad Money is, but with a nickname like Bad Money, I don't see you really accomplishing too many wins. But he is Puerto Rican and they are scrappers. So we will see. Let's take a swig. Yeah, I really look forward to posting my movie review of The Smashing Machine. I don't know, NFL Week 5, I like to recap that on Mondays. I know the Raiders are facing the Colts. That's really the only game I care about. Wrestling happened, SmackDown's tonight. We'll recap that on Monday. And on Monday, I'm going to give out the first ever Bratwurst Award. And if you're wondering what the Bratwurst Award is, A, it's a funny name, and 2, it's the worst of the week. So if I retroactively, I'll give you an example of what a Bratwurst Award is. And I wish I could just pop it up, like Bratwurst Award, but I can't, not yet. It's 3rd episode. If I had to give the Bratwurst Award for last week, would it have been the finalists of the Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton botch? Or would it be that Indiana Colts rookie fumbling, losing the ball right before it crosses the 1-yard line? I gotta give it to the winner of the first ever Bratwurst Award goes to the Indianapolis Colts' O'Donnell Mitchell dropping the football, crossing the goal line. Because not only did he not score the touchdown, his team lost by a touchdown. And I know he's a rookie. He probably feels really bad. But retroactively, congratulations on winning the inaugural Bratwurst Award. But I'm not a negative guy. I'm going to come up with a positive. I'm all about positivity. Power people. I don't know if it's like a Brat food themed name, like the Brat Burger. Everybody loves burgers. But we'll see. I got the movie review coming in a few days. We're going to do a watch along together. Really, the watch along is going to be just like this. I'll be watching it. If you want to come in the chat, talk about it. Give me your predictions. Say hi. You know. But yeah, really, that is it for tonight. Thank you for coming in the third episode of Brat Said That. ChatGPT, thank you for being a host. I did come up with some slogans, but I can't find them just yet. So, we are all set. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Is fun. I really have a good time. Let's go check on the score. 1-0, bottom of the fifth. So if you're a Tigers Guardians fan, you're still on it. It's halfway through. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 3. Thank you for the, I can't tell how many viewers came in, but I feel like McGrady and my love and Ox, thank you for all stopping in. Cream, John, you're getting married soon. Congrats, buddy. It just seems like just the other day we were sitting in school as little. I went to your sweet sour 16. How crazy is that? And now you're getting married. Congrats, bro. And good luck with your talk show too. Maybe we can collab. But that's it. Thank you for coming. I'm gonna drink this. Go watch the Yankee game. So thank you for coming. And remember, sports. Goodbye. How do I end this?